Hello everyone and welcome back to UFO Evidence. Today we're diving deep into a topic that has captivated humanity for decades. One that's been shrouded in secrecy, speculation, and a whole lot of mystery. Government disclosure of unidentified flying objects, or as they're now officially called, unidentified anomalous phenomena, UAPs. For years the idea was relegated to the fringes, something you'd see in a sci-fi movie. But recently, the tone has shifted dramatically. What was once whispered in conspiracy forums is now being discussed in the halls of Congress. So, what's really going on? Let's break it down. It all started to gain serious momentum in 2017 with a bombshell report from the New York Times. The article revealed the existence of a secret Pentagon program called the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, or AATP. This wasn't some backroom hobby club. It was a multi-million-dollar government initiative dedicated to studying UAPs. Along with this revelation came 3 declassified videos captured by U.S. Navy fighter pilots. You've probably seen them. FLIR, Gimbal, and Go Fast. These weren't blurry, shaky home videos. They were crisp, clear recordings from some of the most advanced military hardware on the planet, showing objects that defied our known laws of physics. They accelerated at impossible speeds, made sudden turns without losing momentum, and seemed to operate without any visible means of propulsion. The pilots themselves could be heard on the recordings, their voices a mix of awe and disbelief. One pilot famously exclaimed, "Look at that thing, dude, it's rotating." This was a pivotal moment. The U.S. government, for the first time in a long time, was implicitly acknowledging that these phenomena were real, and that they were being taken seriously at the highest levels. This disclosure wasn't just a one-off event, it was the first domino in a long chain. Following the 2017 reveal, the pressure for more transparency mounted. In June 2021, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence released a preliminary report on UAPs. While it didn't offer any definitive conclusions about aliens, it was groundbreaking for what it did say. The report analyzed 144 incidents reported by military personnel between 2004 and 2021. Of those, only one could be explained. It was a large, deflating balloon. The other 143 remained unexplained. The report listed several potential categories for these phenomena, including airborne clutter, natural atmospheric phenomena, and advanced technologies from adversaries like China or Russia. But it also included a category simply labeled Other. This other category is where things get really interesting. The report stated that some UAPs appear to demonstrate advanced technology, and that they lack a single explanation. This was a formal admission from the intelligence community that they were observing objects with capabilities beyond our current understanding. The momentum continued to build. We saw the establishment of the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or AARO, a dedicated Pentagon office tasked with investigating UAP sightings across all branches of the military. We've had multiple congressional hearings where high-ranking officials and former intelligence officers have testified under oath. One of the most significant figures to emerge from this new era of disclosure is David Grush, a former Air Force intelligence officer who served on the UAP task force. In 2023, Grush came forward as a whistleblower, making extraordinary claims. He alleged that the U.S. government has been running a secret, multi-decade program to retrieve and reverse engineer non-human technology. According to his testimony before Congress, this includes non-human biologics recovered from crash sites. Let that sink in. A decorated veteran with an impeccable record, in a formal congressional setting, claimed that we are in possession of craft and even beings of non-human origin. Of course, he stated he hadn't seen these things with his own eyes, but had interviewed dozens of high-level officials who had direct knowledge. This testimony sent shockwaves around the world and further legitimized the conversation. So why is all of this happening now? There are several theories. One major driver is the issue of flight safety and national security. Imagine being a Navy pilot and encountering an object on your radar that can outmaneuver your multi-million-dollar fighter jet. It's a serious risk to our aviators and a potential threat to national security. For years, there was a stigma associated with reporting such sightings. Pilots feared ridicule or damage to their careers. The recent push for transparency is partly an effort to destigmatize reporting, allowing the military to collect better data and understand what's flying in our airspace. If these are advanced drones from another country, we need to know. If they are something else entirely, we definitely need to know. Another factor is simply the advancement of technology. Everyone has a high-definition camera in their pocket now. Military sensors are more sophisticated than ever. It's becoming harder and harder to keep things under wraps. The sheer volume of credible data being collected might have reached a tipping point where a policy of blanket denial is no longer sustainable. The government may have decided it's better to control the narrative by releasing information incrementally rather than risk a chaotic, uncontrolled leak. It's a strategy of slow, managed disclosure. They are gradually acclimating the public to a new reality, preparing us for what might be a paradigm-shifting revelation. It's a way to avoid mass panic and social disruption that could come from a sudden, overwhelming reveal. But what does this all mean for us, for humanity? The implications are frankly staggering. If we confirm that we are not alone in the universe, it would fundamentally change everything. It would impact our science, our religions, our philosophy, and our very understanding of our place in the cosmos. The technology that David Grush and others allude to could revolutionize energy, transportation, and medicine. Imagine clean, limitless energy sources, or the ability to travel between planets as easily as we now travel between cities. The potential benefits are almost unimaginable. On the other hand, it also raises profound questions. What are the intentions of these non-human intelligences? Are they friendly, neutral, or a potential threat? The government's own reports often use the term transmedium, meaning these objects can seamlessly travel between air, water, and even space. That suggests a level of technological mastery far beyond our own. As we move forward, the push for greater transparency is likely to continue. Legislation has been proposed, like the UFO Disclosure Act, aimed at forcing the declassification of all government records related to these phenomena. More whistleblowers may come forward, encouraged by the precedent set by figures like David Grush. We are living in an unprecedented time. The conversation around UFOs has moved from the realm of science fiction into the heart of our political and scientific institutions. It's no longer a question of if we will get answers, but when. The puzzle pieces are slowly being placed on the table, and while the full picture is still far from clear, its outline is beginning to take shape. It's a future that promises to be more fascinating, more complex, and more wondrous than we ever could have imagined. What do you think is behind this slow drip of information? Is it a genuine effort at transparency, or a carefully managed campaign to prepare us for something huge? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on UFO Evidence today. It's a truly exciting time to be following this topic, and we'll be here to cover every new development as it happens. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss our next deep dive. Hit that notification bell, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay curious.